Friends, continue with the lesson number 2, nutrition in animals. Today we'll be doing module 6. In that, we are doing nutrition in ruminants. So ruminants are the animals that eat the cud or swallow the food, and they can digest it because they have a bacteria in that. They can digest the plants containing cellulose because of the bacteria present in them. So these animals are called ruminants. Human being cannot digest the cellulose present in their food, in the plants, trees. Why? Because they don't have the bacteria that is present in the herbivorous animals. Now ruminants have 4 chambers in their stomach. Rumen, the largest chamber, reticulum, second chamber, omasum and abomasum, that is called the true stomach. Now reticulum and omasum, they act as a part of the food pipe. Like we have a food pipe, in the same way animals have got the same procedure. Now what is the use of these 4 chambers? Now this in the ruminants also they eat the food. The food goes in the, you can see in this diagram, they eat the food that in the mouth, their food being digested. Okay, so the food that they take in first is partially digested, and that is stored in the big chamber called rumen. Okay, so this rumen contains the partially digested food that is called cud, which they again is being taken back in their mouth, and the same procedure of digestion takes place after that as we have. Okay, so digestion in the ruminants takes place in 2 steps. In the first step, animals, they quickly swallow the grass and store it in the separate part of the stomach called rumen. That means they eat the food, they swallow it, and then they store it in the rumen. You must have seen the animal, they keep on eating the food again and again, they keep on chewing it again, then store it, then eat it, then store it. So they keep on storing the food in the biggest chamber of the stomach, that is called rumen. Here the food is partially digested, and that is called cud. So when they are free in time, when they have free time, so what they do, that food is being again returned back in their mouth in the form of lumps, and then they chew it. So this process is called rumination. That means chewing the food, the partially digested food, that is cud, back again in their mouth. That process is called ruminants, and that's why these animals are called ruminants. They can chew the cud. So this comes in the first step. Now in the second step, the partially digested food, that is the cud, it goes to the reticulum. Okay, that means from the rumen, this food has to be transferred back in the mouth. So it goes through the reticulum, the second chamber, where it is sent back in the mouth for the further digestion. Then when the food is being again digested in the mouth, it goes to the omasum to absorb the excess water from the food. So the food is then pushed to the abomasum, that is the true stomach. So abomasum acts like a true stomach. All the important function of absorption and assimilation of the ruminants takes place in the abomasum. So it is here only the food is broken into smaller pieces with the help of digestive juices, as in human beings. In that process takes place in the small intestine. So the digested food then goes to the small intestine, where absorption and assimilation of the nutrients takes place, and food then reaches to the large intestine and waste is expelled out. So you can see in the diagram the 4 chambers: esophagus, that is a food pipe, again the reticulum, then the omasum and the abomasum. So food from the mouth, it goes in the rumen. Then the partially digested food from the rumen is again goes back through the reticulum to the mouth. Again it goes back from the reticulum, it goes to omasum and then to the abomasum. In the abomasum, the excess water is being taken out, and then from the abomasum it goes to the small intestine, where absorption and assimilation takes place, and from there the unwanted food is taken in the large intestine, which is then expelled out. So this is the nutrition in ruminants.